And we are live, hopefully. It's been a while. Let's give this stream some time to kind of spread across all the social media platforms where I'm streaming. Um, let's see. I think we're good to go. So, good morning, everyone. It's great to see you. It's been so long since I've streamed. In fact, it's been 3 months. I know it because I've seen it in StreamYard in the software I'm using. Quite long. Usually it's very unlike me, but I was very, very busy, and I'll explain you with what shortly. So, welcome to yet another lovely live stream by yours truly, Maria here. I'm streaming from beautiful, beautiful, snowy Vancouver. Actually, I don't know if Vancouver itself is snowy, but here on a mountain, it is still snowy, and I love it. Great. Awesome to see you guys. Let's see who's here in the comments. I already see Katrina. Hello. Hi. Great to see you. Good evening. Katrina, I don't know if you've noticed, but I found out an answer for you. Remember, we talked about QDF and the type of Python version and the Python versions it supports. So right now it supports Python 3.9 and 3.10, but they are working on Python 3.11, and they'll announce it shortly when it's ready. It's not ready yet. That's why I haven't posted it yet. And thank you so much to all the lovely people who are saying hi in the comments. Hello from Victoria, Victoria, Australia, or Victoria in Vancouver Island, which is very, very near me. Let me know in the comments. That's awesome to see some locals in here. I rarely see locals. I do have some folks from Burnaby here, but not very often I see them. And Katrina's seen my comment, which is awesome. Great. So who else is saying hi here? Tom. Hi, Tom. I'm gonna get back to you on LinkedIn. I remember we talked yesterday. I was just super busy with organizing this stream, doing all the art and just kind of planning what am I going to talk about because it's been a while and I think it's important to say hi. Hello, Tobbs, our usual folks in the comments. I love to see you here. It's been so long. Great to see that you still remember me. Oh, we also have a Tobbs channel. Tobbs, did you open a YouTube channel? Is that you? Huh. Interesting. Who else is here? I'll start from the beginning. I have a bunch of folks here. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. There's all kinds of questions with all kinds of okay, I'm sure Badger already answered them. Hi Badger, great to see you. We talked yesterday as well. I hope you are recovering from our Hannah Montana conversation. We're both heavy metal fans, but once in a while we we talk about things that are very unlike the type of music that we're listening to. But it's funny. It's very funny. Sorry for letting everyone know, by the way, Badger. My apologies. You know nothing of Hannah Montana. I never said it. It never happened. Can you tell I'm a bit rusty? I can tell. It's been too long. So I'm recovering. Hopefully, I'll be back soon to my usual self. Hello, Jay Lee. Hello, SXG. Hello, Max Studio. Anuj. Fast Gappy 96. I'm without my glasses and everything is a bit smaller. So sorry if I misspell something. Mina Hussam, hello. Darth Vader. Darth Vader is a viewer of my channel. That's a great honor. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure you're busy with taking care of the galaxy and stuff like that, but taking over the galaxy. Hello, good evening to everyone in the comments. I think I'm getting to the bottom of them, but no, no. Okay, there you go. We have some other comments here. Hello, David. Thank you so much. Super happy you joined us on this lovely morning in Vancouver. I'm sure it's afternoon and evening where everyone else is from. We have here, we have a poll on YouTube. So, those of you who are watching on LinkedIn and Twitter and Twitch, even, you probably don't see this poll because I only know how to do it on YouTube at this point of time. But if you'd like to participate in determining which large language model we will use in an upcoming chatbot live stream, definitely navigate to YouTube, check out this live stream, and cast your vote because that's what we'll decide. I don't mind any of those three models. It's a poll between Mizorel, I hope I'm pronouncing it properly, Llama 2, as well as Lambda. So let me know which large language model you're mostly interested in. And yeah, and I'll cover it for you. That would be really, really cool. We're getting into some, deeper stuff. So what is the question? Let's see. Vidisha is asking, in regards to your poll question, why don't you make a tutorial with Google Palm LLM? What say? So the reason why I restricted it to those three models is because I looked into it, and I'm actually getting some help on this one. It's a tough one, and you guys expect me to be extra accurate. So I'm actually doing this with a bunch of experts. Well, one expert, but he's equivalent to a bunch because he's very, very knowledgeable. We kind of talked about these models and we realized that these three are pretty good candidates, but it doesn't mean that we will not have future tutorials about other models. It's just this specific tutorial that I'm working on at the moment. Okay. So there's actually three tutorials that I am conceptualizing in my mind right now. These will be the upcoming three tutorials. One of them, and it's time to do so, folks. We live in the perfect time to start covering it, and it goes to cloud computing. I know that my computer is pretty strong. I know it has a whole bunch of equipment. It can do all kinds of parallelism, but not all of us we have such equipment, as well as in the end of the day, when you're dealing with those large language models, you'll be surprised how many limitations even the best equipment has, right? So I want to dive into it. I want to learn how to do this. I want to see how we can process all kinds of commands on the cloud rather than locally. And I think it's going to be very, very beneficial to a lot of people, not just myself. That's why I'm looking into it. Those large language models that I mentioned, we'll be doing some fine tuning on them, right? So we will take the actual model that is pre trained, that all those fancy scientists have already trained, and we will add some of our own stuff into it. We will feed our own data into it. So that will be very, very interesting. For that, we need a very big and very powerful infrastructure. So yeah, these two videos I'm working on. The chatbot application, we will have a very nice GUI. We will do it with a web framework, and I'll show you how to host it as well. Because the last time I've gave you some like quick instructions of how to host your application. But now I'll give you full-blown instructions with hosting and everything, and you'll know how to do it step by step. I want to do something very comprehensive. And the last tutorial I'm working on is something I promised to you in a live stream, but then I decided it will be nicer if I cover it, if I make a proper video on it, and that's making neural networks from scratch, basically a step-by-step guide for absolute beginners and experts. I know it sounds weird. It usually doesn't go head in hand, but I'm going to make it in a way that even experts can enjoy them, and even beginners will not feel like they're completely lost in it. It's a tough one, but I know I can do it. So these three are the next upcoming tutorials. That would be really, really cool. Let's see the rest of the comments. Douglas, hello, my first live stream with you. Hey, yay! Thank you so much for joining, Douglas. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm still in the very first comments. I haven't scrolled yet. I just wanted to say hi to everyone before I digress, before I move to other topics. So thank you so much for joining. This is awesome. Great to see you guys here. There you go. Let's see. I'm going to scroll to the very, very bottom so I can see. I've seen somewhere my hometown. I've seen it sparkling in the comments. I've seen Kiryat Shmona somewhere, but I don't think I can find it anymore. Whoever posted Kiryat Shmona, awesome. I cannot see it. Too many comments. We have Artyom saying, "Привет, твой сайт англоязычный, но вот страничка 404 на русском. Почему так?" I don't know. I have some 404 issues in Russian translation. I don't really have a Russian website. That's the thing. It's all in English. I'm not quite sure what you refer to, but the question is about some issues with my site. My apologies. I'm not maintaining it very often. I will start doing it soon. I know I have to, but right now I'm focusing on making new content for the channel for Python Simplified. I do need to invest more time in my blog. Rustiness all over the place. Sorry, guys. I'll get better. As the stream will go by, I'll get better. Hi from France. Hello. Bonjour. Bonjour. Hello from Costa Rica. That's awesome. Hi. Hi. Very nice vacation destination that is on my list. I need to visit. Hi, I'm new here. This is my first live event with you. Great. Thank you so much for joining us. These live streams, I'm usually using them to talk to you guys, ask you what would you like to see, kind of update you. What was I doing? the upcoming videos on the channel, and just chatting, just getting to know you guys, because every day the channel grows, there's new viewers coming in, and I don't necessarily know anything about you guys. So it's nice to be here. It's nice to talk to you, and it's nice to kind of see what you'd like to see. This is why I'm here. Awesome. Hello from Florida. Florida. I'd love to visit you guys. Oh my God. That's my next destination. Maybe Nevada or Florida. I don't know yet. Las Vegas, they have very, very cheap vacations. So I'm thinking about it. But Florida is like the the summer paradise in my head. That's what I imagine. All those palm trees and beautiful beaches. I'd love to visit. Hopefully one day. Hopefully this year. Hey, could you please make a video on making a chat AI Discord llama bot using PyCharm? This is so specific. I'm making a chatbot video. It's not going to be a Discord chatbot, but it's going to use llama. It covers some of your requests. Hopefully, it's good enough. Hopefully. Okay, Tobbs. I made a new channel a while back. I don't know why it defaulted to that in the chat. I think you were just logged into your Google account that had the Tobbs channel. But it's awesome. Like, what were you planning to cover? It would be awesome if you can start something that has to do with programming and like computer science, because I know there's many creators in the field, but there's always room for more. I think we're not fast enough to cover, all the new material that's coming in. More help is always better. We have folks from X Twitter here. Awesome. It's the first time that I can actually see comments from Twitter. That's great. Thank you so much. Bots love to follow me. That's a really nice name. Thank you, guys. We have LinkedIn users from Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for joining, Terry. Super happy to see you. That's awesome. Great. Yannick, hello from France. Bonjour once again. I've demonstrated my French speaking skills in a recent Docker tutorial, if you're curious to hear, actually. What was it? Je m'appelle Maria et je suis programmeur. That was the French sentence that I used. Hello from the USA. Hello, Balzas. Hello, just do it. Nike. Hello. Okay, AI me. If you tell GitHub Copilot, we have some tips about Copilot. Check it out. If you tell GitHub Copilot / new scaffold a new fast API app, it will write out the whole folder structure for you and some code. Thank you so much for the tip. I know you guys were talking about fast API and APIs in general and Flask stuff before I joined this stream. And I think you guys came to the right conclusions. I didn't check it. I need to sit down and read all of it. But yeah, I'm here. AI is not the solution to writing or learning code. It assumes the AI can write good code. True. If you don't understand what the code is doing, it doesn't help you as much as you'd think. I agree with Badger, but unfortunately, sadly, nowadays, our opinion is very unpopular. If you don't use, AI for your coding, apparently you're behind. But frankly, when I look at all those question asking tutorials of how to ask AI the right questions, right? I can't help but thinking about Google search. We've been using it for a very, very long time, right? Many of us have been using it for a very long time. And what's the difference about asking a question, knowing how to ask Google a question and knowing how to ask an AI software question? I think most of it lies inside critical thinking solutions, because if you ask Google, you find a whole bunch of solutions that you can actually try and test, and you can verify their validity and accuracy and stuff like that. But with AI, you usually get, one or two solutions, and you kind of limited in terms of your choices. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it, because it's a topic that a lot of people are very passionate about lately. So I want to see what you guys have in mind in terms of AI and using it for your coding. Do you find that it makes you lazy? Do you find that it makes you more productive? Do you find that you're learning better? Because I hear all kinds of opinions about it. Some of them are positive, some of them are negative, and it's unfair to say that it's a bad thing or a good thing without discussing why. I'm getting less rusty. I can feel it. Can you tell it? Soon we'll be here. Hello from India. Hello, namaste. Let's see what else is here. Oh, that's the discussion about, yeah, quick way to learn. There you go. That's an answer. Before I even asked, we have an answer here in the comments. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom of the comments because Badger and AI, me, are now arguing politely. Let's see what we have at the very, very bottom. Okay, Chat GPT also drastically degraded in quality in the last 5 months. Oh, wow. Copilot was more helpful. Thinking also about hosting local MMM. Nice. That's awesome. Cool. Uh, Bonjour de Croatie. Oh, bonjour, bonjour. Hello. Will you teach me DSA? Any playlist soon? So, data structures and algorithms. The thing about it is that it requires a whole bunch of videos with examples and demonstrations. These examples and demonstrations are not necessarily implemented with Python. You need to understand how pseudocode works, how a lot of concepts that are not related to Python are working. Okay, I know it because I took two courses like that in my university. The first one was somewhat comprehend, like I could comprehend it. The second one was very, very difficult, and it requires a lot of work. I know that you guys sometimes are not watching videos that do not include Python in them. And it makes sense because it's a Python simplified channel, right? When it comes to data science, data structures and algorithms, there's a lot of pseudocode involved. You rarely get to implement things. You actually need to follow along with a pen and a piece of paper, counting big O stuff, big O notations. Um, it's quite complex. I might do it one day, but the chances it will be on Python Simplified, as as a channel that is dedicated to Python, are quite slim. Okay, it's very important. Yeah, it's a very, very, very important thing to know if you want to be a good programmer, right? But it's hard to implement with Python because you're not supposed to. Bonjour, Danasu. I don't know French. Okay, I can say La France. I have a good French accent, but don't write French to me because I cannot read it. I can read Russian. I can read Hebrew. I can read English. I can read some Ukrainian to an extent. Bulgarian. I'm pretty good with reading. Terrible in pronouncing, but I'm quite limited in terms of the languages that I know. Okay, let's see what Tobbs is saying about AI. I think AI is good for explaining code quickly. This is important when you work on shared code bases. But the company I'm working now blocks AI. There you go. As they don't want their code going outside the company. Okay, I get it. I get it. So the thing about how original is the code that AI writes? Can it be replicated, right? How easily it can be replicated with a similar question that somebody asks. And if all infrastructures are using this type of replicated code, how easy it is to hack into them, right? Is that a security concern? That's how I think of it. The more unique your infrastructure is, the more unique your code is, the better the chances of you securing it. But it's hard to tell because I find that open source projects that kind of reveal their code to everyone, they're pretty good with securing stuff. So it's a give or take, I think. Let's see. We have folks from Rwanda, Africa here. Wow. I think you're the first. I have some folks from Africa, but I haven't seen Rwanda before. That's great. Good to have you here. Can you tell me what is the most important way for me to evolve in any programming language and reaching an excellent stage like you learned a lot from the channel? Thank you. So the reason why I know Python so well is because I have a Python channel that I keep teaching myself things. A lot of the videos you see are videos where that I started with zero knowledge about any of the topics. I just started it out of curiosity because I want to understand things, and then they ended up kind of being very helpful to others. That's why my channel is extra simplified. I take projects that I have no clue of, and then by the time I'm done, I can actually explain it in simple terms. I can understand it fully, and unless I understand it, I'm not filming a video about it. I've done it once when I didn't understood it very well. It was my um, first unit testing tutorial. I did not understand it. I knew it's very important because that's why they taught me in university, but you need to understand things and you need to learn them from scratch. Don't rely on your lecturers to teach you things. Okay. Very often you learn a lot of good things, but it's not authority. It's not always authority, because the problem with lecturers is that many of them, they never worked in high tech. Okay, they know the theoretical stuff very, very well, and they teach it to you very well, but they're not going to tell you the hands-on things that developers are encountering. And between theory and implementing it in real life, there's a big gap. When it comes to test-driven development, it's especially the case, because unless you understand why you need to use it and why it makes more sense, that there's no point. So the question is, what makes you better in any programming language, not specifically Python? Practice. Okay, find out the areas where you're not particularly good in. You don't understand stuff about how your software implements in hardware. Guess what? Make a project where you are basically using your hardware. You're giving commands to your hardware. So maybe some parallel programming, maybe some multi-threading. Is just an example. Or you find that you're not so strong when it comes to GUI applications. Well, make one. Do it step by step. Challenge yourself and do it in a way that you can actually share your code with others. Because if you keep it in the drawer, if you're not showing it to anyone, the chances of you getting feedback are very, very slim. Yeah, you can send it to a family member or a coworker, but if you share it on GitHub, if you actually get public advice, how I'm getting on the channel. So if I'm making a mistake, rest assured you, I will see in the comments people saying, Maria, this is inaccurate. Maria, this is wrong. You should improve it, right? Feedback is very important. So as long as you can make projects and you can receive feedback on them, you can actually learn way more from the feedback than you will from anything else. So yeah, feedback, personal projects, and you'll be good with whichever programming languages you use. Please do not rush yourself. I know a lot of people are saying that within 3 months of learning coding, you can find the job of your dreams in high tech. Do you believe these people? I don't, okay? I know it happens for some people. They are able to kind of squeeze themselves in high tech without knowing much. But the chances of it happening are very, very slim. I wouldn't count on it. Anything you want to do well takes time, takes dedication, and takes a lot of patience. So don't cut any corners. When you're cutting corners, you're not, I guess, making mistakes is another key of this whole process. When you make mistakes, only then you learn from them. The chances of you learning from mistakes of others are very slim. I know people do it. I know it's the best way to do it, but unless you learn the lesson, unless you spent 3 hours trying to solve a silly error that you could have solved in 5 minutes, right? You don't really learn anything. So it's a big, important part of the process. Don't rush. Hope it helps. I hope it helps. What else do we have here? Your views are GSOC, Google Summer of Code. I don't know anything about it. Summer of Code sounds interesting. If Google is hosting it, if Google gives you opportunities to kind of evolve in their companies, if it's a conference that basically offers you a job in the end of the process, even if it's for only 10 people, it's probably worth it. But I don't know much about it. Sorry. Let's see. How is the Python job market going in Vancouver these days? Is it still strong? Python job market. I do see a lot of people on LinkedIn saying Python programmer, Python developer, Python stuff, but I wouldn't restrict myself to Python development only. This is a Python channel and I am teaching computer science with Python, but if I ever need to implement something that Python is not the right tool to use, I will implement it with C++ or with JavaScript or whatever it is that I'm thinking of. So don't look at yourself as a Python programmer, but look at yourself as a programmer, a software developer. I know that the software development market right now is not in the best shape. There was a lot of firings. There's a lot of companies that are basically, they laid off a lot of employees. I see it mostly on LinkedIn. My heart goes out. I kind of knew it's coming, but everyone told me it's not coming. I don't want to get into it again. I mentioned that AI might cause it, and I was super wrong, apparently. Not anymore. It's tough, you guys. It's tough. Every company that is now automating parts of their programming process, or not even programming, data collection, things of that sort. Every company that is now using efficiency techniques to improve um, may result in a lot of firings. With that said, there are a lot of companies that are hiring as well. So it's a fine balance, and it's something that changes by the day. I would not ask myself about the job market in Vancouver as much as I would ask somebody who's a recruiter. So if you know somebody who recruits for companies, who has a lot of connections with business owners in the area, definitely check out with them. Um, it's just it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you ask me because I'm not looking for a job. But good luck. I hope it works. Vancouver in general is known as one of the biggest centers of high tech in all Canada. We have Toronto, which is pretty strong. We have Vancouver, which is also quite strong. And we have, in terms of gaming, if you're interested in gaming studios and stuff, you may want to look at Montreal. Montreal, sorry. It's either Montreal or Montreal, depends on if you say it with French accent or not. So I got somewhere in between. My apologies to all the Montrealis in the crowd. Also, Kelowna is pretty good when it comes to gaming. I know there's a bunch of gaming studios in there. I have a friend who works in one. I don't know what happened since I deleted my Facebook a few years ago. I don't know if she's doing well or not, but she was working there. Yeah, gaming. You'll find many, many jobs. I think in terms of VR, things are expanding to this point, but it depends on what kind of market you're searching for, because there's a lot of things we can do in tech. Some of them we can do in Vancouver, some of them we can do in other places. Up to you. Up to you. That's all I know. Okay, which is not much. Do you have any recommendations for learning places to learn React? React. I would go for any of the Udemy, Udacity, Coursera type of academies. I would see if they have nice courses in there. If there's something that you don't understand, definitely use YouTube as a supplement. I find that a lot of YouTube content is very, very helpful. Arguably more helpful than university content. Depends on the lecturer, depends on the course, but yeah, there's some really nice jams on YouTube. You'll find them. Hello, salam. Hope you are doing well. From oh man, no, I cannot. No politics, guys. If you write these stuff, yeah, I'm probably gonna time you out. So this is a warning, but please do not write political stuff on the channel, because we are not talking about politics here. We're talking about Python. We're talking about software development. And for me to read your comment properly, I need to boost it on the screen. So I don't always know in advance what I'm clicking on. So folks, please, I asked you, do not write political stuff. You care about some causes, good for you. Go to political channels, write as much as you'd like. This is not a political channel, and I do not appreciate political comments in here. So yeah, anyone who writes it, please keep in mind that I'm going to start timing out people. Sorry. Let's see what else we have here. We'll go to the very, very bottom. Hi, do you think artificial intelligence and its development will affect software testing? Of course, it will affect everything. But I think that in terms of software testing, I would be very careful to let AI test my software. Maybe one day we'll reach a point where we will be very, very, very more accurate than humans, maybe. But I think the testing has to involve a human component in it. I would not trust that my software is secure and accurate based on something that AI said. Okay, never. Maybe, I don't like to say never. Maybe one day when I write this piece of AI, maybe then I'll trust it. But until then, no. I think it's a work in progress right now, because there's a lot of automation in software testing. Don't get me wrong. But in the end of the day, there has to be human supervision on it, right? We cannot just delegate it altogether. Vasil, good to see you, man. It's been a while. Hi, Maria. How about to learn Rust? I know a lot of people are using it. I know that it's a great solution for many of us. I haven't had a chance to work with it yet, so it's unfair for me to talk about it at this point of time. Sorry, guys. Maybe one day. Let's see. Okay. Oh, we have some comments from Twitch. Super happy to see you. Yay. Let's see. Hello. Sorry for bothering you. You are not bothering me. I am here specifically to chat with you guys. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers. Chatbots. No, chatbots is probably not very good for channels. I would not offer it to content creators, okay? Because that will ruin all your chances, okay? I'm not really looking for any help. I appreciate the offers. I do get a lot of offers. Right now, I'm working on my own, and I'm not planning to expand it at least until I am done with Katrina. You're saying what I want to say, but I'm not allowed to because I want to be nice. But yeah. So right now, I do get a lot of offers from graphic designers, SEO experts, and marketing experts and videographers to work with me. But I made a conscious decision that at least until I am done with my degree, I am not expanding Python Simplified. I am not scaling it. I am not hiring anyone. I am not delegating any of my work to outside sources, freelancers, whatever it is. I'm keeping it everything in house, and I'm dealing with what I have. I always improve. Don't get me wrong. I buy new equipment. I upgrade all the time, but I need some time to figure out, how to work on this business on my own before I can actually expand. Uh, Что ты сейчас смотришь? So the question is, what am I looking at right now? This is a stream. Это прямая трансляция. Я говорю с подписчиками канала. And that's what you're looking at. It's a live stream. I'm talking to subscribers of the channel. Yeah, just once in a while, I have a short comment that I can answer very quickly. You're very smart. Thank you so much. I follow you and you give out really good information and make it easy to understand. Thank you so much, Randy. Super happy to be here. That's why I am here to help. When do you graduate? So this is my last hardcore semester. I basically have 3 exams. Sorry, 2 exams, 1 project to submit in the end of this semester. And then the next one is going to be my last one because it's going to be my final project. I took on purpose. I made this semester very difficult on purpose because I'm running out of energy. I'm running out of fuel. I'm running out of motivation with this degree that I'm doing. And I want to get it over with as much as possible. So next semester is just my final project. You guys will probably participate in it. I'll share what I'm doing. It's basically recording and documenting what you do is an important part of your final project. And that's why I am you'll know all about it, but my next semester is my last one. So I should finish in the fall of 2024. That will be like the last straw. I've seen somebody asking about what is my major. There you go. BSc in computer science, Bachelor of Science. And my specialization is AI and machine learning. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Basic roadmap for AI and machine learning. Gee, it's a tough one. It's a very tough one. I would find a course on a platform like Udemy, Udacity, Coursera, whatever it is, whatever you can find for free. Because I'm telling you right now that the first course you would take on those platforms, the chances of you understanding it are slim. Some of you will, if you have background in math, if you have background in statistics, analytics, stuff like that. Yes, there's a big chance that you will master it and you will understand it well. But if you're starting from zero, or if you're starting with basic math and basic statistic analytic skills, it's going to be tough because I speak from experience. I took a course like that. I took a nano degree that cost me about $600. Okay, because I thought that this nano degree is somewhat gonna help me find jobs, but no, it doesn't help you with anything. Don't spend so much money on it, please. And I did not understand anything that they were trying to teach me. I understood the names of things they were trying to teach me, but how to implement it, they basically present you with a bunch of squiggly doodles, and this is the formula that you need to follow. I understand that it's a formula that makes sense to you, but to me, as someone who is not, a math expert, that was tough. The only way for me to understand it was to basically take a piece of paper, a pen and paper, and to implement everything that they taught me in class on this piece of paper. Okay. So if you are struggling with your AI machine learning course, I have incredible supplement videos for you. It is not I don't have a full series yet. One day I will, but for now, use it as a supplement. I have a playlist called AI Simplified. Let me out for you guys. Oh, it's actually my live stream. Sorry, guys. I'm actually watching it. Let's see. I'm going to pull it out right now. I have an entire playlist of it, which, hold on. I don't know why I'm having a blackout. I'm so excited. Playlists. There you go. And that's that one. Let me pull it here. Okay. In a way that my head is not going to block it. Can you see it? Okay. So this, it's hard to see this playlist, but there you go. These are all the videos in this playlist. It is called Machine Learning and AI Simplified. Ooh, sorry. You barely see it. There you go. Ah, technical stuff. Yeah, one day I'll have special buttons to help me with that. Actually, I need to update a bunch of stuff here in the studio too, but there's a whole bunch of videos that will help you. Okay, a whole bunch of videos. How is that? Oh, it is an AI video. Sorry, I forget that some of my videos are about AI. um, but yeah, that's a whole playlist full of it. I'm sure you will find it useful. So yeah, I think you can follow these courses freely as long as you have this supplement of mine. If I didn't cover something, I'm sure other content creators covered it. Um, yeah, just don't spend a lot of money on something that you're not sure that will help you. That's my biggest advice. Don't be like me. Let's see. If possible, please make some lectures on problem solving, DSA, and CP computer. Not sure what CP is. Please, if possible, it will help many students. I know it will help. It will help me too if I if I was able to understand it. But it's tough to cover in a Pythonic way. I answered it a bit earlier. It's very very tough. Let's see. Thumbs up from Kenya. Hello, hello. What's happening with big tech companies dropping software engineers? Uh, it depends which company. Again, like so, Google, for example, they already admitted that hey, like it's AI stuff. We're basically we made a very very smart artificial intelligence software that can replace some of our workers. That's what I read. But yeah, it's something that we need to. You can check with like news channels, like tech news channels. I'm not particularly following the news, the trends and stuff. I mostly see things on LinkedIn, and I talk to a lot of people who are in the industry. I get to talk to you guys. I get to talk to a lot of folks on LinkedIn, and generally speaking, I have a feeling it has to do with some of the generative models, some of the large language models that we have working. Um, state of the art stuff. I have a feeling, but every company would have their own type of reasoning. Um, Plus, I would assume that, for many business owners, if they take a look at, for example, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it on YouTube, but for example, if you take a look at Twitter, that fired most of their employees basically, and they still work. It still works somehow. I would look at it if I was an owner of a big company, like, hey, if these guys they can do the same type of job with way less people, why do we have all these people working for us? We're paying them crazy salaries. We make a lot of money, software developers. So it's not a question to me, it's a question to a bunch of CEOs and human resource managers. I can only guess. I wish I knew. Hi, what are your thoughts on crypto? Do you think it's a bubble or it's a solid technology that will stay? Cryptocurrency right now, I don't think it's doing particularly well. Um, I know that there was a time that it was like climbing and rising and fluctuating and everything. I do have a bunch of Dogecoin. Okay, I'm not saving it on an exchange. I have an actual physical device. I have a wallet in which I store my Doge, but that's the only coin I kept because that's the only wild card that kind of changes with with a word or two from one person or two, so there's a big potential for it to kind of, it it climbed very fast before, so it might climb again. That's the only thing I have in mind. uh Yeah, but it's gambling. That's how I see it. I don't think you can make informed guesses about how about cryptocurrency and how to make money with it. I know that a lot of there's a lot of buzz about it on Twitter, but some of it comes from bots. I know it because some of them are using my bots. They don't even bother to change, the way I wrote my code. It's not perfect. It is flawed. That's how I know it's it's mine. I was supposed to improve it. I was very close to improving it, and then I thought, no, I don't want to provide them the good way of coding it. I want to keep it flawed. But yeah, um, I'd watch out from it. I'd watch out from everything that is not a sure, guaranteed, investment. And in the world of investments, everything is not a guaranteed investment. You don't know what's going to happen. So, I do have friends that are in the financial business. They are dealing with like a lot of I forgot how it's called. A lot of funds, a lot of um, shoot, I forgot how it's called. Never mind. Yeah, watch out from crypto. Watch out. um, yeah, I've seen this one before. I've seen this one. Oh, okay, so let me scroll to the bottom of the comments. Sandy, you're here. Holy smokes. Okay, a huge shout out to Sandy, who is here from Australia. Australia, folks. It's the middle of the night, and he's still here. Thank you so much. I'm super happy you're here. Hope you didn't buy Dogecoin in 50 cents. Honestly, I have no idea how much it cost when we bought it. I have no clue, but it was a few years ago. We bought it, I would say, around the time that Bitcoin was like rising really, really fast. We kind of missed the spot to buy Bitcoin, but yeah. And those bots not written in Python. What a shame. They are. They are written in Python. I wrote them in Python. I don't know if all of them use Python for that, but yeah, I wrote them in Python. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. So what Australia is a beautiful country. Randy, have you I've never been to Australia. I was actually thinking of going to Australia before I came to Canada. So I came to Canada as a tourist. I didn't know I want to stay. I didn't know I want to get like a citizenship here or anything. I came for a trip. And I fell in love with the place. And for me, it was like, okay, I don't want to think of anything else. Many places I visit after, I'm like, well, it's beautiful, it's amazing, but in Vancouver, it's much, much nicer. So yeah, I really like where I am right now. But Australia was on my list. That was something that I thought of too. It was also a country where you can immigrate, right, illegally back in the day. I don't know how it is right now, but yeah, it was really cool. Uh, any tips on improving problem solving skills by programming? Yes, yes. The best tip is to just implement it. Implement it. Whatever it is that you're trying to solve, whatever problem you have, practice. With experience you will solve them much better. There is no tip or no so the best tip is basically print a bunch of statements, right? Add a bunch of console logs or whatever it is language you're using. If you're using Python, obviously print statements. Always kind of have a step-by-step approach to your code. Do not write millions of lines of code and only then test your software. Change one thing or change two little things and only then make it run again. Don't write 20 blocks of code and only then see how it works, because the chances of you getting an error somewhere along the way are much much more likely. um, there you go. That's my tip. But experience, experience, experience. Try, keep doing it. You'll get better at it as you try. Always, with everything, not just problem solving. Hope I helped. I've been to Vancouver. It is also really beautiful. Vancouver is by far the coolest place I've ever lived. I don't live in Vancouver itself. I live on Burnaby Mountain. It's very, very close. It's Metro Vancouver, but I enjoy the Vancouver Vancouver's benefits without all the disadvantages. Okay, because there are disadvantages when you live in Vancouver. Trust me, they're a bunch. Okay, people who are not locals, they will not understand, but locals, they're kind of used to it. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, some tips for someone who is proficient in React JX, Next.js, Python to be organized. Organized. Hmm. It just no, sorry. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If you're talking about like jumping from one language to the other, there are some issues that I always notice jumping from JavaScript to like Python. I always have them. For loops. It's very hard for me not to write them in a Pythonic way. There's also the issue of um, how do you call those? In the end of your JavaScript line, you have a symbol of semicolon. Semicolons. You tend to forget these with JavaScript. But yeah, for me, if I'm working on a JavaScript project, I try not to code anything in Python while I'm doing so. If I'm working on a Python project, I focus on Python. That's the way for me to kind of. That's right, Katrina. That's what I meant. For me, it's ooh, what's happening here? Oh, that's awesome, you guys. I can actually see some really nice options here in StreamYard that I haven't seen before. Wow. Wow. I need to learn this app. I haven't been here for 3 months and I need to update it. Um, they're optional, aren't they? Yes, yes, that's right. But sometimes if you don't put them, it's gonna give you some problems. I've witnessed it in some cases. I can't tell you which. It happened to me once. So plus, generally to look at the general structure of your code, um, you do some traditional stuff. In traditionally we use semicolons in the end, and you kind of want to have it on. I don't know. It's up to you. Uh, it's up to you. Let's see. I reckon a good skill to learn to help get a job in dev is Git skills. Absolutely. Yep. I see it tripping up and giving anxiety to new coders in business, and every business uses it. So the skills are transferable. I agree 100%. Learn Git. It's very important. I asked you guys if you want to see a Git tutorial. You did not. So um, I find that the most complicated part in it is setting up your SSH certificates and all those stuff, saving your, private key on your computer, things like that require some knowledge to begin with, because if you don't know what a public and a private key is, it's going to be quite hard. um, that's where I find most of the issue is. In terms of committing and in terms of branching, it's also a learning curve. You need to understand how to do it well. How do you do a pull request in a proper way? I've worked with I worked on a team project in university, and we worked with a very experienced developer. Agam, his name was, and he was insisting on like really really short pull requests and commits and stuff like that. It has to be short so we can go over them, and if it's longer, split them into a few. I don't know why, but yeah, some people have preferences. Some I don't know. Git is definitely an important one, and the more you understand it, the better it is. Yeah, Canada headquarters. Nice. We have a lot of Canadians here in the audience, eh? That's awesome. Live debug is also useful, holding points in VS Code paragraph before the bug happened. F11 to baby step forward until the bug appears. Look at the variables and which path the code takes. There you go. Some more advices. I feel like there will be large spiders next to me if I try programming in Australia. Sandy, what do you think? Do you have large spiders where you are? I think if you program in a wild, for sure. There's more animals than can kill you in one, in one square meter in Australia than anywhere in the world, probably. Um, Always a pleasure watching you, even though I don't do Python. Oh, okay. For me, UE5 is the thing, but I enjoy your live streams anyway. You give people so nice vibe. Awesome. Thank you so much, Max. Super happy you're here. A lot of people actually are not, are not necessarily Pythonians. Some folks are here because of machine learning and AI and software testing and stuff. They just see how the way I implement things, I implement them with Python, but you can implement them with many, many other programming languages. It is not the only way to. It's not the only way to do so, of course. Let's see. Pythonians, yes. I always keep making up new words. I had people say Pythonistas. I know. Pythoneers, I invented, I hope. I claim I invented Pythoneers, but like pioneers, but Pythoneers, right? But Pythonians, that's new, eh? That's new. That's mine for sure. Привет, привет, Артем. Здрасте. Let's see. Badger distract the spiders by writing bug into your code. Throw code onto them, yeah. That might help. I'm going to data science degree. What's the three most important tools or first to learn? So it depends what basically you're going to implement data science with in your degree. There's all kinds of ways. Very often you would use Python. In my specific degree, we implemented with Python. If you implement it with Python, definitely learn pandas. I know that it's a bit slow. I know a lot of people are saying that. I get it, but you don't always use pandas for speed. You use it for convenience, okay? Pandas, number one thing you should learn. In addition, matplotlib, it's also very important. It's visualizing your data. So basically, pandas helps you manipulate, organize, and read data in a form of tables. And then you can basically use it for all kinds of stuff. And with matplotlib, you basically turn this data into graphs and charts and things that are more human readable, because when you have a large table with hundreds and thousands of rows, it's very hard to come to any conclusions from it. When you organize this data in a nice graph, you can actually make some you can explore it, and you can make some, what is the word that I'm looking for? Holy smokes, Katrina, I need your help. You can make some conclusions. That's right, I found it. There you go. There you go. I've never used React, so can't comment. I used React very, very briefly. We have some React questions here. Let's pull it out. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it even here. Huh. Where is this? I can't see the original comment, but if you guys need some React help. Oh shoot, I can't find it. Never mind. Sorry guys, I can't always keep up with all the comments. One day I'll have someone who can go over the comments and pull out the important ones for me to read and also filter all the political stuff in case they're coming. But yeah. Yeah. We have a comment from Sandy about the spiders. The spiders only eat birds unless you are in Sydney. Then they go for people. Holy smokes! Guys, stay away from Sydney. The Opera House. Stay away. Cool. Let's see what else we have here. I'm going to scroll to the latest of comments again. How the job market in Canada for freshers? The thing about the job market for folks who are just beginning, very often you would find an internship straight from your university. So the way it works here, at least in SFU, the university, I live basically in a university. The way it works here is that there is a nice seminar in your last year. There's a very nice seminar with a lot of employers that are collaborating with the university. They're coming there and they're actually hunting for new recruitees to their company. So very often, if you are finishing your degree or something, you will have all the opportunities in front of you. If you are self-taught, it's very, very hard. You need to find someone to give you this opportunity, because I think in the end of the day, it's becoming harder and harder for self-taught developers to kind of enter the market. Some employers will never hire someone who has a computer science degree. They will always prioritize those who do not have it. But some employers are the opposite. Okay, so it depends on the company, depends on the person. The job market, I would just try applying, see if it works. But to do so, you basically need to have a nice portfolio. So if you don't have a computer science degree, you need to have a lot of examples of your work, and you need to show consistency. So if your GitHub looks full, if you take a look at your GitHub graph and it has a whole bunch of commits and a whole bunch of stuff in it, that's great. If you have projects on which you have you contributed to open source projects of all sorts, right? It's great. If you have some repositories that people are using, people are starring, people are forking, holy smokes, you have a good chance. I would invest in that. Also, I just talked to my uncle the other day, and he was telling me about this company that basically they have, how do you call it? They're basically allowing you to fix some issues inside their code, and by fixing it, you're actually getting paid. And if you fixed enough issues, bounty they call it. If you fixed enough issues, they end up hiring you. So that's an alternative way of finding a job without, based on your skill, not based on some, money you gave to some university that taught you some stuff that are irrelevant. And I know it's irrelevant because I learned in one, unfortunately. You think when you start your degree, you think that, oh, I'm going to learn all those things, and I'm going to be very, very smart in the end of the process. But then you realize that you will learn way more from YouTube. Like it's nice. I did learn a lot, but rarely I learned something that was implemented from zero to hero, right? They will very often create this very convenient virtual working environment for you based on some, servers in Coursera or whatever. You don't get to set things up. And when it's time for you to set them up, actually, you realize that you can't because this project is no longer supported. This project is dead for a few years already and it's irrelevant. So that's my experience with my university, unfortunately. Badger, dude, you are starring in the comments. Are you here for Badger or for me? I'm joking. I'm joking. Listen to Badger. He's a very smart guy. It's great that you guys are talking with him. Badger, yeah, but I needed. Okay, you guys are talking to one another. Okay, Anoni, let's see. I just landed a technical position, and that's just my second position as a full stack developer. And I am totally self-taught developer. Building projects taught me a lot. Also, networking with other people. I think the key word here is networking. Whenever you have a lot of contacts, whenever you have a lot of friends or folks that you are familiar with in the realm of development, you have way more opportunities than people who are not involved. Okay, basically, I would say it on myself. Okay, I cannot say it about high tech, but I'd say it on graphic design and signage fabrications. The best jobs I ever got was through a friend of a friend who happened to need a graphic designer or a signage fabricator or whatever it is, a salesperson, and I just got the job without submitting resumes. You just come directly to the interview. You bring your resume with you, and you kind of get to shake the hand of the employer, look them in the eye. Rarely I actually applied for stuff. When I did apply, I did not have as much luck as I did get through friends and from colleagues. So yeah, rest in peace, 1999. You cannot marry me because it's too late. This one in particular, it is too late. Yeah. Please don't delete this stream. I will not delete this stream. I never delete streams, actually. I always keep it. The next stream, actually, right after this stream, I'm going to try to make a members only stream. Okay, it's happening. There's actually membership program on the channel right now. I did not advertise it. I didn't say anything, and you guys already sign up. So it kind of gives me the boost of energy to implement all these things. I was hoping to keep it, but then not to say anything about it because YouTube was really insisting. And when YouTube insists, this is how I know that I need to do it. Okay, you don't want to mess with YouTube. You want them to be happy with you, right? So I started this program, and part of this program is basically, first of all, sending you guys content that I used to send on Instagram and when I had it, basically uploading pictures of what I do when I'm not programming. This is something that I'm doing for members. I don't like doing this like on a public scale because a lot of people are, there's a lot of imposters and stuff like that. But, on the members only type of stuff, I'm more comfortable to talk about myself, channel members, right? As well as some live streams that are dedicated to channel members only. And I think on these streams, I'm actually going to let you guys go on. Like I'll invite you as guests. If you have a nice camera, if you have a nice microphone, I'll invite you to talk to me like directly in those streams. So today I am testing it. Okay, today we will make sure it works before I kind of spread the word and I let everyone know to sign up. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. I need to know how to technically implement it. Okay. D-Ray, are you still sickened by the idea of being a mentor? I don't know if I'm sickened by it, but Like I don't mind mentoring in the end of the day, but I think that it's a bit more appropriate to do when I'm done with my degree. I'm still working on it. I can help you with all kinds of stuff. I can provide you advices and things like that, but just like anyone who has any type of following on any platform, I would keep scrutinizing myself, and I would keep questioning the things I'm telling and everyone else is telling. Like I always do it. I'm always skeptical about everything, and I think that this mentorship type of stuff, it kind of gives you too much influence about how people think and how they behave, and I don't know if I like it, but I don't have a problem with this idea. Like um okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, I love it when you guys are talking to each other in the comments. It's awesome. That's the whole point of being here. We are a community, okay? I just get to read some of your messages once in a while, but you guys are making this channel as good as it actually is. Without you, it wouldn't be here. Like for sure. None of it. Without you, I would never even know what web scraping is. Years later, I am known in the web scraping field, but it's only because you guys requested me to cover it. So thank you. Will there be a video on creating CLI tools, creating your own library using Python? Yeah, I started working on it. I have a GitHub repository for it, but I haven't filmed it yet. The thing is, I have too many requests in the realm of AI and machine learning, so um, I'm kind of prioritizing that at this point of time. But yeah, I not only I'm planning it, I already have half of it written. I just need the time to implement it. So yeah, for sure. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go to the very bottom of the comments. We have a new member. Thank you so much for joining us. Yay! It's so cool. Tobbs, thank you so much for sending me €5. That's amazing. So thank you guys. I see it here in the comments. Only now I see the start section. Thank you guys. It's amazing. I'm so happy to see you here. I'm so happy that you guys are supporting this channel. I'll keep working hard for you guys. It's amazing. Awesome. So, Badger, we have more people coming from Twitter X. Hello, Jose. Hello. Good to see you. That's great. Thoughts on Mojo? I haven't tried it yet, so it's hard for me to share any thoughts on it. I know they promised a lot of things, and I know that they are yet to implement all of them. So we'll see. I'm generally waiting until official releases before I try things, but yeah, I'll let you know for sure. Absolutely. Hello, Maria. Luca here. Hello, Luca. Finally, stream. Do you know for Exxon shell? No, I have no idea what it is. Linux shell with Bash and Python combined. No, I have not heard of it. Interesting. No, a lot of the newer stuff I'm not always familiar with. I'm kind of going by your requests, and unless I see a lot of requests about something, I don't really um, search and investigate it. But yeah, let's see. I think of the Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo. That's right. Me too, actually. Me too. Let's see. um, there you go. I'm also thinking to start a high quality content YouTube channel to teach full stack web development. And I'll be so glad if you can guide me or give me some tips. Absolutely. So the way it goes usually is start with the equipment you have. In most cases, we have a pretty good cell phone, right? Smartphone that you can actually connect to your OBS studio. So one thing you'll need, okay, and I'm going to pull it out here. You will need this lovely software, OBS Studio. There is Mariaception in here, okay? I have my camera, video capturing camera. There you go. I have it here. I can have it here, and I have some green screen behind me. I have the display capture. This is my screen, and you basically get to record your microphone right over here. You get to have a virtual camera, start recording, and start streaming. It's a really good software for that. It is 100% free. Okay, a lot of people are using that. So initially, I'd invest in a nice microphone. It doesn't have to be the best microphone in the world. It doesn't have to have RGB on it. Okay, it doesn't have to be a $200 worth of a microphone. It can be something that is cost $40, but it's doing the job. Green screen. Mine cost me about $60. I got it from Amazon. The other side is blue. This side is green. I would definitely have a green and a blue side, because green, sometimes you're wearing green stuff. And in my case, my eyes are green sometimes. So keep that in mind, okay? Um, what else? Light. You will need some lights, specifically those rounded lights. I can show you this one, but then I'm going to mess it up. It's not going to look good on the stream. So, rounded type of lights. What else? A good graphics card. Yeah, a good graphics card. Enough RAM in your computer, especially if you're filming 4K tutorials. Yeah, I'd start from that. So basically, have the most basic type of equipment and see if you can find people who will watch your content before you go ahead and invest all your money in it. Okay, make sure that you have some initial audience who is interested. See how it works. See if you can find a source to get this audience through. That's the tough part. Filming, editing, this is, you will learn it no matter what. As time goes by, you'll get better with it. But how do you find people to watch your channel, to consume your content? That's tricky. That's very, very difficult. In my case, I have you guys, and it's not something that is obvious for a lot of channels. Okay, I see a lot of people investing in marketing. I see a lot of people going through all kinds of social media platforms and getting audience from there. In my case, I use those social media platforms to kind of lure you into YouTube. I'm not really investing in those social media platforms. I don't post, content that is specific for LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever it is. I kind of just advertise my videos once in a while there, not often. And most of my growth that you see on the channel is absolutely organic. And when I say organic growth, it means that it comes like from recommendations. So you liked my channel, you sent it to somebody else, or you are trying to implement some school project, some team project or whatever it is, and you find that my video explains it well, so you send it to the rest of your team. So that's basically how the channel grew. It is not obvious. Recently, Google really started liking me for some reason. Google search. It directs a lot of views from there, which is sometimes a good thing and sometimes a bad thing. Depends. And yeah, just start, see where it goes. And if it goes well, just keep doing what you're doing. Regardless of what other content creators are doing. Very often what works for one content creator is not going to work for another. It all depends on your audience. Listen to your audience, always check in. What's up? What do you guys want to see? Like, how's it going? Like, where are you guys from? The basic stuff, the stuff I do in live streams. Yeah, and make sure you listen, because my initial videos, like I made a few initial videos that I thought is what everyone wants to see, and some people wanted to see them, and then immediately I get requests for GUI application, I get requests for web scraping, which none of them I knew how to implement back in the time. It was 3 years ago. I didn't know much, but yeah, that's why the channel grew. I just listened to what you guys want, and here we are. There you go. Let's see what else we have here. I'll go to the very, very bottom, folks. Nice tech talk. It's getting 9 p.m. here. Good night. Good night. Good seeing you. Thank you so much for being here. Checking the rest of the video afterwards. Awesome, for sure. Thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see what else here. I love your Python, machine learning, and neural network tutorials. Thank you so much. I love it that you separated machine learning from neural networks. I love it because neural networks are deep learning, but we often use it interchangeably. We call it machine learning because it's more, not a lot of people know what deep learning is, I guess, not in comparison to machine learning. But yeah, neural networks are a deep learning algorithm. And whenever I call it machine learning, call me out on it because that's not accurate. I do it often. You'd be surprised. I do it often, but I do it because it gets more, people understand better what I mean when I say machine learning. Okay, when you say deep learning, it's not always the case. Okay, if you are in the field of AI, if you are in the field of machine learning, you probably know it, but if not, it's a problem. I bought a ring light. I have a microphone and a webcam. I also have GTX 1650, 16 gigs of RAM. How much RAM you have not on the graphics card? So do you mean 16 gigs of RAM in general, eh? see if it's enough. Okay, the software I'm using is Adobe Premiere. I'm basically using the entire Adobe suite because I have a lot of graphics in my tutorial, so I'm using a lot of Illustrator. I used to use a lot of Photoshop, not anymore, because guess what? I don't know if you've noticed, but I removed a bunch of moles from my face. That's why I wasn't posting any pictures for a while, because I look like Freddy Krueger. But yeah, I used to use Photoshop to remove my moles. I hated them. I had them since I was like 12 and stuff. But I've been using the entire suite. If you can get Premiere to work, I guess if you're filming, HD and not 4K, you shouldn't have a problem with 16 gigs of RAM. You should not have a problem with a GTX 1650. My brother has this graphics card. He's using it like a lot on more complex stuff than video editing. Just start maybe from HD. Don't go to the 4K just yet. Kind of grow from where you are into 4K, because there's a lot of complexities in there. For me, very often I improve the quality of my videos. Like very often I go the extra mile to see if it works. And I've made a mistake of recording in 4K. Do not record in 4K, especially if you had the type of monitor that I have, which basically doubles it. Your editing will be very, very difficult. So right now I am not recording in 4K. I'm recording one resolution below. And that's how it works. I've made a mistake of recording 2 videos in full 4K. The files were way too big and I couldn't properly edit them. I have 64 gigs of RAM. Okay. One of the best RAMs you'll ever see, but that was not enough. Okay. 64 gigs of RAM was not enough for full 4K editing. So you'll need 128, which I'm not willing to buy because it's way overboard. Maybe one day, but yeah, just test it. Okay, why don't you test it? Make like a 5-minute video, something very, very quick. Introduce yourself and explain some like web development, like some easy web development thing. Try to make a video, see what kind of issues you have, and kind of go from there. Then continue to like 20-minute videos, 30-minute videos, and whatever. Hour videos. There's many, many long videos of 8 hours and 10 as well, but I don't recommend doing them because you'll lose the will to live while you'll be editing. Can you please teach us how to build an e-commerce website using MySQL and Flask? E-commerce website with those infrastructures. I don't know if I would do it. I'll tell you why. Python Simplified, my blog, not vlog. My blog is made with Wix. Or WordPress. It's a pretty good solution, because when you have an e-commerce website, you want it to be combinable with other type of platforms. So for example, if you are selling some t-shirts, you want to have some compatibility, like extra compatibility with Spring Tea and all kinds of t-shirt printing services and whatever. There are services that are already doing it. They're doing it well, and they do not require a learning curve to implement. Okay, so if you look at some WordPress solutions, if you look at some Wix solutions, I'm sure you will find faster ways of creating an e-commerce site. It might be even more secure, especially if you're collecting payment from people. You want to be able to have like some kind of a reliable service attached. I would not code it from scratch. Yeah, but that's just me. Again, that's just me. My advice, that's what I would do. It doesn't mean it's the best way to do so. Okay, that's what I would do. A good graphics card for video encoding streaming is not necessarily same as good graphics card for gaming or machine learning. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So right now I've upgraded to a 4080 RTX. I used to have a 3090 RTX. Incredible improvement. Absolutely incredible improvement. But I had the option of getting the Ada A600. Okay, 64 gigs of RAM, if I'm not mistaken, on this graphics card. It's insane. For video editing is way better. But since I'm also gaming, given my ghostwriter background here, that would not have been a solution that worked for me. Yes, it would make my computer an absolute beast when it comes to even machine learning. It's really important to have big RAM when it comes to when it comes to editing and VR, even, virtual reality stuff. We just got a headset recently. It's insane. The amount of the resolutions you're working with are completely out of whack, right? Um, it's a great card for that, but not for gaming. Okay, it's great for creating content for games, for 3D development. If you are working with things like Unity, if you're making VR content, absolutely go for the top of the line Ada, series. But if you're going for like for a more versatile type of graphics card, I think that 4080 is good enough. I'm sure that 4090 is better. There was just none in stock when I got mine. So yeah, yeah. You don't necessarily have to show your face though. So Bilal, the thing that I notice is that whenever, in my university at least, whenever I see my lecturer on the screen talking, I understand it a million times better than when I see some text or some presentation or whatever. I think a lot of people are more um, understand things better when they see who's talking. I do believe it. And I think that that's one of the reasons that the channel grew so fast, because you could see the person who's talking to you. And I think it's very important. When it comes to thumbnails as well, to keep that in mind. If you have a YouTube video and you do not have a person's face on the thumbnail, preferably your face, it will not get as much attention. It's Trust me on this one. You need to have some face in there, because people are watching people. They're not watching, companies. They're clicking because they like you as a person very, very often. So keep that in mind. Um, Sound, especially voice, is incredibly important, more than visuals. I agree. If you have bad sound, people will not want to listen to your stuff. But again, you don't have to get the most sophisticated microphone. You don't have to. You can start small and you can develop as you go. Make sure there's an audience to the type of content you provide to people. How many GPUs do you own? I don't even want to count. It's terrible, you guys. I'm a serial GPU upgrader, but to be fair, I am working with NVIDIA, so I do get the most, the advanced stuff from them. But let's see. I had in my Alienware. So my first serious computer had 2 GPUs in it. It had 2 RTX 2080 Supers. Okay, that used to be my Alienware. Now I upgraded both of them to a 4070. That's the only card that I could fit. It was the MSI series with 2 fans. Okay, that's the only reason why I could fit it. I have some limitations in my Alienware box. It is round, okay, unlike other computers, so it's very limited with space, and that one fit. The ETA A600 6000 would also fit. So yeah, so we can say, okay, 3. I have the 3090 I used to have, and I have the 4080 that I currently have in my Rogue. So yeah, I have 5. And there's one in my laptop. I have a new laptop too, but yeah, let's say I have 5. And you don't need as many, to be honest. But it's just a result of my work. If I wasn't doing that, I would never have, so many GPUs. I would never have so many computers either. It's just occupational stuff. Is there a fairly new application of neural network to a physics known as PIN, physics-informed neural network, and is used to solve numerically differential equations? Any tutorial on this topic in the future? It's the first time I hear about it. If I see more comments and if I see more requests, absolutely. On this channel, if you have something that I really want to teach, get all your friends to comment about it. and then I might cover it the next time, because it will confuse me. It will tell me that all those people, they want to watch it. But yeah, that's the best way to get me to do stuff. The more comments I see, the more requests I see. Generally, generally that's the thing. Let's see. Muads is saying, hi, Maria. As much as I love AI technology, I do feel like AI would affect programmers and future gen programmers negatively. I once saw a programmer use ChatGPT just to find missing closing brackets. So that was the reason why I filmed my chat gpt vlog back in the day. I filmed it for you guys to explain why I'm not gonna cover it on a channel, because I don't think it's, first of all, I don't think I can, there's anything for you to learn, question asking skills, yeah, I can share how to ask good questions, but that's not what Python Simplified is all about, right? um I think the biggest problem with ChatGPT was that people were actually saying it's better than me. As soon as it came out, a lot of programmers were like physically admitting, "Oh, this thing is coding better than me and better than me and stuff." And that's why I filmed my video. I was like, "Dude, do not say it, and by any means, do not share it with your employer. Like, you are shooting yourself in the foot." Apparently, I was very wrong, and things will never happen. But I didn't get the memo. That was my problem. I didn't get the memo that AI became a political thing. I always thought of it as an educational thing, as a technological thing. But apparently, you're not allowed to say that it will negatively impact if you are, if you have a channel or something of that sort. I learned my mistake. This video of mine, it got to like 50,000 views like that. It was the most viral video on my channel. It got to 1,500 comments. Okay, and just so you know, 1,500 comments. If I compare it to my most successful video of all times that got 500,000 views, it has less comments than this 50,000 views type of video. Less comments on a 500,000, okay, views type of video. So you guys were really engaged in it. The comments are absolute jams, but some of them are very, very political. And as soon as I reached the 50,000 views type of mark, that's where YouTube stopped recommending this video to anyone. And it sits on like 50,000 views since then, I think. Maybe a little bit more, but not too much. These are the stuff that you're not supposed to say out loud. I'm just warning you in case you want to post it on different platforms, right? Right now, I guess it's too late to fix it. We had some time before, but now we're kind of working with what we have, because there's a lot of layoffs already. Some of them are due to AI, some of them are not. I think in general it makes people lazy. Okay, and as an employer, if I can use a piece of software that I'm subscribed to that will do everything that a junior developer can do, why would I ever hire juniors? Honestly, like, if because the definition of junior is you need somebody to supervise you all the time. Guess what? It's the same definition of a piece of AI that is doing the same thing, right? You have a human to supervise it, but guess what? You need it also for juniors. So it's a tough one, and I said enough about it. I wish I said different stuff about it, because when I filmed this video, I kind of wanted to focus on the job loss aspect of things. But I should have said what I actually think about it, and it's way worse. I know that it helps a lot of people. Sorry, I know that it does. It is something that folks are refer to when they need to solve something fast. They need a fast solution for something, and ChatGPT will help you with that for sure. Absolutely. Just don't delegate everything in your life to this thing. Not everything. At least keep some stuff for yourself. Yeah. My approach is don't use AI, make AI, but that's just me. How can we make AI like ChatGPT? So the best way to do so, actually, ChatGPT is made out of a model called GPT. GPT, it used to be GPT-2, then it was GPT-3, and now it's GPT-4. And I don't think you can find GPT-4 to download anywhere, but you can use, for example, I know that GPT-2, you can get it fairly easily through Transformers Hugging Face. Take a look at that. In my recent Docker tutorial, I introduced you to Hugging Face in Transformers. You can actually load this model and you can continue fine-tuning it, teaching it new things. I would start with something that is already ready. I would not start teaching a model how to talk and how to do all these things, because we already have solutions for that. So I would load an existing model, a relatively older one, and I would train it on my own type of data. That's what I would do. But we are doing something very similar in an upcoming stream. In an upcoming tutorial, we will make a chatbot, and soon I will check the poll results on YouTube. I actually asked you which type of chatbot would you like to build. Let me know on YouTube. If you cannot see it on other platforms, please navigate to YouTube and you will see an answer there. Let's see what else we have here. Um, you need hundreds of millions of dollars to train a chat GPT. Yeah, no, for sure. You need a good. Let's say that you definitely need a good cloud computing infrastructure to do so. You're working with like billions and gazillions of parameters. Actually, not gazillions, billions. Sorry, I exaggerate, but it requires a lot of processing power to time, expertise, processing power, skills. That's why I would start with something that already exists, something that somebody already trained, and you just train it forward further, basically adjust it to the type of data that you already have, right? Um, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. What do you think of the GPT-4 chat? Many people said that it is very sophisticated and much smarter than the free version. I wouldn't know because I never tried it. All I can tell you is what people tell me. And I haven't heard any complaints. I have heard some good stuff and it actually helps people, but I would not pay I would not pay for AI models when you can actually get a lot of them for free. It's not going to be the same model. It's going to be slightly different, but I think in many cases it's good enough. I believe in open source. I believe in free, code to the people, whatever you want to call it. So it's hard for me to invest money in something that I can probably implement. I might be able to implement on my own. I haven't tried it yet. We will soon on the channel. I promise. I applied to junior software engineer jobs and I'm finishing my studies in 3 months. I was told to contact them when I finish a few times. I am thinking to add more to my portfolio in the meantime. Yeah, so Ahmed, definitely do add all your projects to your portfolio. Any project you submitted to any project you submitted to your university and you got a good grade on it, or maybe you fixed it after you didn't get a good grade, upload it to your GitHub. Make sure it is there. Employers do look at your GitHub. Another thing, folks, another thing you all need to remember, employers look at your social media. Okay. If you're looking for jobs, make sure that your social media is very positive and nice and you do not have any negative stuff on it. Okay. I cannot stretch that enough. Okay. Do not have drunken photos, do not have silly things. Keep it professional. Make sure that you're not publicly posting anything that might be controversial. Okay, keep that in mind. I know that recently a lot of people are posting about politics. Please do not do it because you do not know the opinions of your employer. Okay, if your employer has an opposite opinion, guess who's not getting the job? Okay, keep that in mind. But yeah, a lot of them will tell you apply after you finish. It doesn't mean that they will actually talk to you after you apply, after you finish. See if your university or your basically if your college or university or wherever it is you're studying, if they have programs that actually meet you with employers that can actually introduce you to them. That's very important because if it's coming from your educational institution, you have very good chances of a lot of um, educational bodies are working with businesses who are local. Okay, so find the best. Find the best. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. My apologies. We're already 1 hour and a half in, so I am losing my patience. Oh, ooh, it's good that I noticed where we are because I need to. Um, okay, I'll do it later. I have a stream that is going to be on YouTube to check if the members only stream works. I'm going to stream for another half an hour and then I'm going to quickly jump on the members only stream just to make sure it works. There's not going to be a very long conversation today, but it's a testing thing. Hopefully it works smoothly. Okay. What is a must-have for a portfolio? As many projects as you can imagine on the specific topics that your employer would like you to know. Okay, so if you're applying for a company that is looking for a front end web development developer, make sure you have some front end web development projects. Okay, so basically adjust your portfolio to whatever jobs you are looking for, and show them examples of like, hey, I'm skilled. I can do it. I've done it before and I'll do it again. Just give them nice examples. This is the opportunity to thank you a lot. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much too. Thank you so much for making such useful content, high quality content, well structured. It is insane. May God bless you. Thank you so much. God bless you too. That's amazing. I love to see such amazing feedback. I'm glad I'm helping. That's what I'm here for. Ты больше не носишь сережку в носу? Конечно, я ношу. А что это? Asking me about my earring on my nose. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's still here. Still here. Glad I'm not looking for a job. That's right. It's a tough market right now. I'm glad too. I know a lot of our colleagues are right now, and it's a tough one. But try to kind of try to do something special. Try to do something noticeable that employers will recognize you through. So, for example, I was looking for a job when I started this channel. I only started this channel because nobody was hiring juniors in the end of 2019. It was pandemic time, so nobody was really applying anywhere. Everyone was at home, and it was very hard for juniors to find a job. I started this channel because I was like, okay, I'm gonna show everyone my supreme presentational skills, and maybe some employer will say, hey, you know what, I want to give her an opportunity. I want to drink coffee every day in the office with this type of humor, and there's positivity and stuff like that. So I wanted to showcase my skills. Mind you, I did not find a job, but I have a channel. I have it's a full blown business right now. At this point of time, it wasn't like that to begin with. You didn't know where it was going, but it turned out really well. So think about how you can stand out among other people. If you're looking for jobs, that will be, if you can catch someone's attention, that's awesome. Okay, good tips for Python project I can add to my GitHub. Well, anything. Honestly, there's need in just showcase the stuff that you are interested in. If you're interested in gaming, use Pygame. If you're interested in machine learning, use some PyTorch or TensorFlow project. Just go from your interest and go from the demand of the employers if you are looking for jobs. Yeah. Okay. I have an RTX 3060, 12 gigabytes of VRAM and 16 gigabytes RAM. Can I run a Mistral model and train it on specific topics like coding locally? I don't think so. But again, try and see if it works. In my tutorial, I will show you how to do this with cloud computing. So basically, we will delegate all the processing tasks to a system that we are building. We can add as many graphics cards as we'd like. We can add as much RAM as we'd like. From what I understand, these models, they have billions of parameters. So the chances of them being able to kind of to train on your machine are slim. Try it and see if it works. I'm not going to say no, because I haven't tried it either, and I don't have the same computer infrastructure that you have. But yeah, give it a try. From what I understand, probably not. Probably not. But again, the only way to know is to try. I am using Django, but I find it difficult to deal with logical ideas. Any advice, please? So Django, generally, if you are comfortable with documentation, then Django is the perfect tool for you. If you're not comfortable with documentation, I don't know how much tutorial material and article material you can find on the topic. I did see a lot of Stack Overflow threads about Django, but I only worked with the documentation. And when I worked with the documentation, I did not notice anything about logical ideas. I'm not exactly sure what it refers to. I worked with their database structure. I worked with a bunch of stuff in Django. I actually was about to post another video about Django, and it never saw the light of day. It was a chat application, but you can find it on my GitHub. It's there. It's just not in a video form. That's all. But Django is complex unless you're comfortable with documentation. That's how I find it. And I'm very comfortable with documentation. Extremely. Okay, let's see the bottom comments. Can we just build my own business-specific AI assistant with just prompts that will trigger functions in my Apollo resolvers? I don't know much about Apollo, but if you want to create an AI assistant, you don't have to use a model like ChatGPT or stuff like that. There are models that are a bit, a bit older. There are models that do not require as many parameters. There's good enough solutions that are not, state of the art, top of the line, the newest type of models that require so much processing power that I think that the biggest problem with these models is how on earth you make a prediction in a proper time. It's difficult. So yeah, AI assistant. Hmm. I'm not aware of any like models that we can use for that are relatively like slim, but I'll look into it. I'll see if there's a proper solutions on that. Um, I'll be the first to apply to be a guest on your YouTube channel so I can share my experience with other people. Awesome, for sure. That would be awesome. I have some links that I can send away, but that's going to be only on the members, the channel members type of streams. Um, it's going to be a bit more like one-on-one or one on like 10 or however channel members I have at the moment. It's like a more intimate type of circle that we can share more stuff with one another comfortably, right, without being worried about like privacy and things of that sort. Are you on TikTok? No, I am not on TikTok. I do not have a Facebook. I do not have a Instagram. Like I have an Instagram, but it's not operational in the past 3 years. Probably will not be operational at all. I have no, Sandy. I do not have a Patreon either. So basically, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on GitHub and on my blog. And that's pretty much it. I do have a Twitch channel, but I haven't been there. I haven't visited. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, actually, I have it ready for you. I was about to show you a bunch of stuff and I forgot because I was looking at your comments. But I have a Twitter account, Maria Simplified. There you go. That's me on Twitter. I am running a Docker giveaway. By the way, if you guys want to participate, definitely sign up. I have a giveaway draw on the 1st of February. We will do a draw stream, which will be really, really cool. And 15 of you will win amazing merch items from Docker. Not necessarily this shirt. There's all kinds of stuff you can find there. It's just the shirt that I really liked, so I used it. But yeah, basically, you guys will get coupon codes, and those coupon codes will be used to buy a single item in the store. I do not collect your address. I do not collect your personal information. I only need your email so I can notify you that you won, and your name so I can put it in the draw itself, right? And yeah, the draw will be conducted with pandas. So as usual, right? The Pythonic way of doing so. Also, some incredible news, you guys. I'm going to have a very nice guest coming in next week. It's Kevin McAleer. You know him from his robotics, from his like this. No, like this. That's better. He is a robot maker and he will help you with anything that has to do with microcontrollers. This is basically his recent egg robot that I pulled out. I wanted to show you a different robot of his. Absolutely amazing. It's a bird. It's like an owl robot, but he will bring it to the live stream. So if you guys have any questions about robotics, about microcontrollers, about Jetson Nano, Raspberry Pi, whatever it is that you guys have in mind, maybe the advancements in the robotics industry, maybe you have questions about Optimus, right? Definitely keep them for next week. Kevin is a big expert. I met him last week in a conference call, basically, with a video call. We had so much to talk about. Honestly, it's amazing. It's not we didn't practice. We didn't have like topics for the stream. So it will come from you guys, basically. All the questions, we'll have a nice discussion, and whatever questions you want to bring up, whatever things you'd like to know, please let us know. And Anoni, you joined as a member. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yay. That's awesome. That's great. Perfect. Actually, it's a good way to grow your channel when you started appearing in live streams, that would be really, really nice. Thank you. Thank you so much, folks. It's awesome. I really appreciate all your support. That's amazing. It is not obvious to me at all Not obvious at all. Do you have an interesting blog? Have you used Apache Spark? Are you planning to try Apache Spark? Not yet, but maybe one day in the future. I hear a lot of good things about it. Um, just want to see the members only chat. Is there? There's gonna be a there's gonna be a one after, and you will see how we'll arrange it here. Yeah, that will be the technical arrangements. But yeah, if I see a lot of comments about Apache, I'm gonna try it. Right now, I'm finishing up my degree. It's becoming harder and harder in terms of the workload. There's a lot of things to cover. Yeah, I'm almost done. One day I'll finish it. Здравствуйте, Мария. Мы за вами скучаем. Hi, Maria, we miss you. До этого стрим был аж 4 месяца назад. Yeah, the last stream was like 3 months ago. Делайте, пожалуйста, их чаще. Thank you so much, dear. We'll do it. Буду, без проблем. I'm thinking of doing it like once a week. That's basically the goal. Okay, I am a student. I need to do a project on artificial intelligence. Where can I find suggestions that can be a source of inspiration? So, artificial intelligence, it's a very, very big field. It's a very big field of study, and it includes so many things in it. You need to kind of focus on what you'd like to explore in AI. It includes machine learning, deep learning, reinforcement learning, so many different things. Focus on something. What kind of project? What kind of project are you required to do in university? Just go by what they need and kind of explore from there. There's a whole bunch of them on my channel, mostly in the realm of neural network, image recognition. I have some sentiment analysis tutorial if you're interested in kind of implementing text. Actually, my future neural network tutorial will probably be on sentiment analysis too. So you will see a whole bunch of tutorials on that in the future, probably because it's a school project, it's time sensitive. So definitely check out my artificial intelligence series. I pulled it out here. There you go. I have a whole playlist called AI Machine Learning Simplified. I have a whole bunch of videos that will help you. There's a whole bunch of projects we're doing together too. Specifically, I would look into and that's something that you might get extra points for, but don't copy from me because this code is public. Make your own type of functions. If you implement some artificial intelligence mechanism with non-traditional libraries, for example, NumPy and Pandas, rather than PyTorch and TensorFlow, you might get some points. I have a very nice tutorial showing you how to load databases for any type of machine learning model you want to build. That's the one, machine learning databases. And CUDA, yes, if you involve a bunch of parallel computing in your inside your project, you may get some extra points as well. CUDA, I would definitely look into it, but it's only relevant if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. If you don't, use OpenCL, is it? Yeah, OpenCL, I believe that would work for all the graphics cards, but then you're limited in terms of the type of libraries that you can use it with. CUDA is really good with PyTorch and TensorFlow and all the traditional libraries we use. So that's why I use it. Also, that's what my graphic card is. So that's the infrastructure I already have. Yeah, that's pretty much my recommendation on that. But it all depends on what kind of AI you're looking for, because there's so many kinds. It's a very general word. Okay, amazing live. By the way, what state are you from? I am from the state of British Columbia, which is which is north of the States. I am in Vancouver, BC, Canada. Ah, amazing. I'm on the West Coast. Do you have a cool eye color? I like it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Would you recommend YOLO for training AI? Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to like object detection, I believe YOLO is pretty good. I haven't used it yet, but I know that it's very easy to implement it with PyTorch. I know you can just load the model and everything works. You can load data sets, you can load model, you can fine tune it further, whatever it is you need. You can create a classifier, customize the classifier, stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty good. It's one of the most traditional stuff that I'm familiar with. I thank you for suggestion, sentiment analysis. Oh, absolutely, man. Let me show you. Hold on. let me show you which video I cover it extensively. Much faster pandas with QDF. I did cover it more times on the channel, but my recent QDF tutorial is where I kind of really focus on it, and I show you how to do it by the book. Okay, because there's many ways to do sentiment analysis, and many ways to do feature extraction, feature reduction. Only one of them is hardware. Is easy on your hardware. Only one of them is as fast as it gets. Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. I want to make an AI with my own. Sorry, I want to make AI with own trained model without the use of other AI model API for college last semester project. My college provide 200 marks for project. Please help me, dear ma'am. You can make it on your own. You can basically design a neural network. If you're looking for a good resource of how to do so, check out my TypeI tutorial, simple machine learning GUI app with TypeI and TensorFlow. Basically, when you download the starter files for this project, you actually download a very detailed Jupyter notebook that explains the entire process of making a neural network. So basically, when you make an AI model, you have a piece of data first, and then you use this data to make your AI model. So your model is based on the data rather than, the data comes first, right? So that's why there's so many different kinds, right? It depends. Yeah, there you go. That's it. What else we have here? Okay, I am almost done. There's 15 more minutes for the stream, folks. I'm almost out. Maria, could you please work more on the Discord so there's some channels where all the folks can code together, network, and all the other stuff. I have many hats. I don't know if you've noticed. There's many hats, and it's very hard for me to wear all of them at once. I know that once I'm done with the degree, with my university, I'll have more time to invest on the channel, expanding it, actually getting some help with this. Right now on Discord, we have amazing moderators. We have Badger, we have Josh, we have Tom, we have Siam, we have Splout. We have like many folks over there that you can just join, and they will help you, arguably even better than I can help you, right? They're knowledgeable people. They are working in the industry, and they're there to help. They would love to do so. I'm there not very often. I'm mostly there to talk, to talk to my to the mods, right? But when I'm there, I kind of try to take a look and see what's up. But it's hard for me to split myself across all these different platforms. It's so much, you guys. It's so much. So one day, I promise, one day Discord will be way more active. I'm about to go to register for a second year on Monday, and I have to choose specialization between software development and emerging technology, data science. Which one would you recommend for me? So personally, because I am already like doing artificial intelligence, machine learning, and it kind of goes hand in hand with data science, that's what I recommend because that's what I did. And the reason why I recommend it is because I think that the future will be very data driven. The future will be very much based on giant chunks of big data that we learn how to read and analyze properly. That's where I think we're going. I don't know if I'm correct. It's hard to predict the future, but I think there will be more demand in data science than in software development. And yes, these are two different fields. Yes, you implement data science with software, you implement it with coding and programming and stuff like that, but the things you need to learn for data science and the things you need to learn for software development are a bit, some of them are interchangeable, like some of them are connecting, but mostly it's two different fields. Honestly, if you like working with if you like organizing things, if you like what do you call it, if you enjoy analytics and statistics and things of that sort, if you're pretty good with math, I would go for the data science stuff. If you're better with building things, developing things, modularity, object-oriented programming, go for the software development. It's up to you. It's whatever you can, because in the end of the day, it's not just about what the future will bring, but it's also what you can accomplish, right? What type of stuff your specific brain is designed for, right? Because all of us, we have different things that we find interesting and we're good at. So ask yourself which is better for you, because what we now call data science used to be math. It used to be statistics and used to be math, you know. Yeah, so there's a lot of work in back end. I know that my aunt, that's what she's doing. There's a lot of work in it. I don't think she ever struggled finding a job. She's doing back end stuff for a while, databases, infrastructures. There's a lot of work in it. Software development, I have a lot of colleagues doing that. And again, things are changing in our field, so I'd always be updated about what's going on. I'd always ask people who are already working in the industry and what do they find, what's their experience is changing by the day. Cool. Last few comments. Do you have contact lenses? No, I have, but I do need glasses. I don't wear them because even though I have the lenses that don't reflect as much light, they still reflect a bunch of light. Some of this light is green, and because I have a green screen, it's a problem. Okay, so I don't do it because of that. But yeah, I do need some help with vision, far vision, far distance, not close distance. I have very nice glasses, which I don't wear. Some, come on, people, vote for Mr. Al in the poll. French tech best model at the moment for small, medium capacity PC. So this is basically the state of the art stuff. This is what most people are talking about. Those who are updated in the news of the AI models, those who follow it, it's really nice. The reason why I'm offering you other models is because I don't know how many of you actually heard of it. Okay, it's so new, it is so innovative that honestly, folks, I think that llama is a bit more popular in terms of the, I guess, general perception. If you are working in AI, obviously you're much more familiar with the familiar. You will appreciate Mr. Al a bit more. But if you're not in AI, if you're not in machine learning, the chances of you knowing what it is are slim. That's why I offered both other models as well. Yeah. Okay, guys, if you are spamming, I'm not gonna reply. Sorry. I know you really want me to reply, but I've seen you spamming and I don't reply. I don't have time to time out people at this moment, but yeah. Uh, Maria, can you give me your Instagram ID? I don't use it. There's no point. You can find me on Instagram. I actually have a tutorial about how to make Instagram bots, which I implemented with my own account. Yeah, not with a bot account. That was the first automation video I filmed. But yeah. Uh, Anoni, if you'd like to join our mods team on Discord, definitely join our Discord channel. What do you call it? Discord server. Yeah, join it. See what's up. Have a look. We have a bunch of mods, operating it. They're doing it very, very well. We've done some code jams on Discord. Recently, it's a bit dormant. Okay, so the server needs to be more active. It will be eventually, but I need to take care of that. Sorry, guys. I need to drink something. Holy smokes. Give me a second. Mm, McDonald's coffee. Before you even ask. Yeah. Just the regular, the pods that you buy in Costco. Nothing special. Nothing fancy. But yeah, definitely join Discord, have a look, see what's up. Whoever makes the decisions there is usually Josh and Badger. They're like my super duper helpers. Tom is there often as well. He will help you too. Generally, all the mods, super nice people. Honestly, it's worth connecting just to meet them. Like really, like it's really really nice there, and we support each other when it comes to like even stuff in our personal lives. When I'm sad and depressed, I go in and I like complain to I complain about things, and I emerge happier from this experience. So yeah, it's worth joining our Discord. You can find the link on the channel page on YouTube. Definitely do. um Now, why don't you promote hacking tools like you used to promote it before? It's unethical. So when I used to promote it, the channel was relatively small and not too many people were exposed to my code. Right now, if you go to my GitHub account, you can see that there's hundreds of forks on my bots, and I don't know if I like it. um, it's nice if you use it for educational purposes, but I found that a lot of people are using it to trick others, which I don't appreciate. That's why I never bothered perfecting my Twitter bot. I should have. I promised I will. I do not do it because I feel like if I do so, people tend to copy and paste my code and just use it. They don't really need to edit it. But I don't want to provide them this easy way of tricking others. I find it very nasty. I don't like it. Yeah, that's why I don't do it anymore, unfortunately. If the channel was smaller and less people watched it, yeah, I'd probably kind of share it, but I feel it's unethical. Would you prefer free courses or premium? And what's your thoughts on expensive exam-based certification or online competition certification? How many of those certifications can actually get you a job? That's what I'm asking. My nano degree that cost $600 from Udacity did not find me a job. Question is, why do you need to spend so much money on it if it doesn't help you with finding a job? If you get a degree program, if you actually do some online university, just like myself, I'm doing a computer science degree through the University of London, UK, not London, Ontario. Okay, on the other side of the world, they offer a program where anyone can sign up. It's relatively, when we're talking about Canadian prices for universities, cheaper, but in different places it's more expensive, right? Um, Relatively cheap, and you can actually have your own schedule. The only thing you cannot schedule is your examinations and your midterms and stuff like that, but everything else, it's up to you. If you want, you can do it the same way I do it. I leave myself 3 weeks in which I learn the entire 3 courses, 1 week for each course, and then I kind of submit my work. It's terrible. Don't take my advice. That's right, Katrina. Real London, not fake London. That's right. But no, when I say London in Canada, people are like, "Oh, Ontario." I'm like, "No, UK." The Harry Potter type of London. Tubbs, my sister lives in London. I used to live there and worked at a university. I visited London twice. Twice there was rain, so it really reminded me of Vancouver. And it was on a connection flight. Twice I was on my way to Toronto, and basically I had a connection in London for like 10 hours. I was cruising around the Piccadilly Circus area. So expensive, man. So expensive. I remember I had 200 Canadian dollars, and it was back in the day. Like, with 200 Canadian dollars, you can buy a lot of stuff. Okay. And it lasted us for 2 tickets to Piccadilly Circus and back, like to Heathrow Airport. Two Burger King meals because I love Burger King, and 2 beers. Yeah, we drank 2 Carlsberg. So we bought these lovely items. An umbrella, and that's it. $200 disappeared. That was very sad. That's why I will not live in London. I practice Judaism, you guys. I do not appreciate such prices. But yeah, it is England. It always rains here. I can say the same about Vancouver. I think when it's not snowing, it's raining. But we get a nice summer, but you'll see a lot of rain in the summer too. I feel like we have it in many cases. How it is possible that you didn't find a job with all your skills? I stopped looking. That's why I didn't find a job. That's the only reason. If I'm looking right now, I'll probably find it. But I haven't looked for 3 years. From Germany, and in Germany, many companies are looking for data scientists and software engineers. That's right. Um, Basically, so whenever you have a lot of forks and a lot of stars on your GitHub, whenever people are familiar with your works, it's generally easier to find a job. If I were to look for a job now, I'd probably find it. I'm not looking because I'm so busy with Python Simplified. There's so many things to do, and I'm working on my computer science degree. I don't know how to split myself into more people. I don't know how to clone people yet. That was one of the things I complained about when I talked to Badger yesterday. I don't know how to clone myself, man. Yeah. Again, if you find a way to kind of be to make yourself known to the world, in whichever way it is. If you have like a newsletter that you're advertising, I know some people have a Twitter account with a lot of followers. You can find a lot of opportunities because you can meet a lot of people and people are familiar with your work. That makes it easier. I couldn't find a job because it was right the time, basically 2019 through 2020. If you were a junior developer, which is what I was back then, still am pretty much. I fit the definition, I believe. Um, it was very hard to find jobs. That's why I started the channel. Because the channel grew, there was no need for me to look for a job anymore. Basically, I think what we have here, the community that grows all the time, is absolutely priceless. I don't care how much money I'm making here, as long as I'm helping people, as long as, I don't know, I feel like I'm leaving a legacy. I feel like I'm leaving something that people can refer to. One day you guys will be running like giant companies, CEOs of Twitter, CEOs of everything. And I want you guys to have me in mind, like, hey, it was Maria that helped me with this thing that that got me through. I want to leave a good impression. I want to leave a positive impact on the world. That's why we're not talking about politics here. Yeah, I just want to make your day better. I want to make your life better. And hopefully I do. Hopefully it works. Yeah, let's see. Можно ли из кукурузы сделать реактное топливо? I don't know about that. You got to ask a astrophysicist or something, like a chemist or something. Waiting for your response. Please guide me because I'm a computer science student. Want to build my future in ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is a skill that not too many people can teach. I know that there's a channel on YouTube that teaches it. The guy that is always right now, learn something right now. Forgot his name. He has a beard. He's teaching a lot of like hacking stuff, but generally speaking, the chances of you finding it somewhere online are slim. If you know someone who will train you, that's great. If you know someone who can share those stuff, if you basically go to hackathons or whatever it is, that's something that is kind of a word, like from ear to mouth kind of a thing. The reason why I'm saying is because I looked into some like ethical hacking stuff and I couldn't find something that I was looking for. There's all kinds of resources to do all kinds of stuff. I don't have a good advice because you need to know someone who's doing it well to teach you. And doing well means not easy to detect them because you don't want to be caught. If you're doing stuff that are like shenanigans and in the gray area, you need to make sure you're protected. That's the main thing I would worry about. And don't get into network chuck. That's right. Fast Gappy 96. You're absolutely correct. That's the guy. Yeah, we have also a recommendation. John Hammond is a good source too. Great. Yeah, it's very interesting. For me, arguably, it's one of the most interesting fields. I would have done it more if I did not have Python Simplified. Yeah, particularly, I'm interested in breaking into stuff. But yeah, let's not talk about it. We are a very ethical channel here. Yeah, so we are running out of time, folks. What else do we have here? We are running out of time. I gotta move to the members only live stream, which I will do as you guys are watching here. Oh, shoot, you guys, I wanted to show you something last. I'm working on some new merch. You can already buy some really nice merchandise items on the store. If you go to below on YouTube, I have 2 stores I'm working with. One of them I tested, I didn't like, and then I opened a new store and I didn't test it yet. Okay, once I am done wrapping up this design that I just finished, this lovely Python simplified snake type of a thing, gaming Python. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna order some clothing my way. I'm going to test them. I'm going to make sure that it's nicely printed and it all looks good. And once I'm confirming it, I'm going to start kind of wearing it on my streams. I'm going to start kind of advertising it. But yeah, it's going to be really nice. Another design I'm working on, which is something, oh, by the way, that's the type of designs that you can already buy. No hacking, just Python. We were just talking about hacking. Actually, not the red one. Let me switch. That would be the blue one. That's the guy. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I need to open it. That's the guy. There you go. No hacking, just Python. You have these in the front, you have these in the back. There's all kinds of different designs. But yeah, I need to test them first. Another thing that is coming, and I showed it to you before, that would be I already started working on it, but I didn't finish. That would be a beautiful lady and a GPU. It's a pinup girl. That's basically the design. I need to kind of trace it. I started tracing it. I have a better, it just doesn't show it clearly, but that would be the next design. And I'm very happy that I don't need to design the joystick because I already designed it in the snake design. Okay, great. So there we are. Now, the stream is unofficially over, by the way. The only reason why I continue it is because I need to set up the next stream that is for channel members only. And for this, I need to concentrate because it's the first time I'm doing it. So before I end this stream, let me make sure that the next one is working. So I'm going to go to YouTube Studio. Actually, no, it's not in YouTube Studio. It's going to be here. Inessa, good to see you, dear. Wow. Well, you're joining when I'm done. I know it's late where you are, but thanks for joining. Tobbs, thanks for the stream. Best of luck with the channel, and I hope it keeps growing. Thank you. Me too. It's amazing. It grows faster than anything. Thank you for all the coffees, Tobbs, and I'm looking forward to see your channel. Now that I know you have one, I'm gonna press you on that. Yeah, wait, which of one of these models is open source? All of them, pretty much. I don't know if open source, but they're free. You can use them. That's why that's the models from the poll. Yeah, folks. Okay, I am done. I'm gonna end this stream, and in a few minutes, bear with me, dear channel members. In a few minutes, because it might take me some time, I'm gonna stream for channel members only. It's not gonna be this stream. It's gonna be another stream that will pop right away. I think I can even share a link. Hold on. I'm going to share a link before I go, just so you have it here in case I'll lose it later. Yeah. I know you guys, I'm not organized today, but I told you that it's not going to be organized because it's the first time I do it. I'm going to post it here. That's the link to the channel members stream that is now inaccessible. But will be shortly. See you soon. Thank you so much for coming. It was awesome. I will see you next week when we will talk about robotics with the awesome Kevin. He'll be here. He'll answer your questions, and it will be a really, really nice and positive stream about robots. Prepare some questions. Make sure you do. And yeah, thank you, folks. See you later. Bye bye.